Then you have just personality and swag. Nobody's swag is as high as Peace, family. It's your boy Dre from OG Reacts, and today we are getting at another XG video. I'm running through those videos, trying to get them done, and enjoying every single second while I do it. Um, Again, I'm coming off a little cold, so if I sound a little low energy, just bear with me. I'm trying to catch up. I'm feeling better though. But anyway, today we're gonna be checking out Something Ain't Right, and this is definitely a video that many of my folks in the comment section have been recommending, and I'm guessing it looks a little bit like some of their later stuff because I see Kokona with her hair cut down. So I'm learning that is the later part after watching some of the earlier videos. So anyway, Something Ain't Right. But before we get to Something Ain't Right, your boy Dre got a soapbox today, and as many of you know, that my soapboxes can be a little bit long, and so I just learned how to do a timestamp, and so I'm gonna put a timestamp in here so those of you who don't want to listen to the soapbox can jump right into the reaction if that's what you want. Again, I am not offended by any stretch of the imagination. I'm saying all this just so that people in the comments don't make comments about me running my mouth, because you don't have to listen to me, right? Just jump ahead and watch the reaction, and if you enjoy it, great. Please give me a like or a comment or whatever, and if you don't, give me a thumbs down as well. All right. So Something Ain't Right's coming. But before we do that, I wanted to jump to my soapbox. So here we go. Today I want to talk about the recent polls that I had been posting on YouTube on the channel for the channel, and the polls have basically uh, have basically gotten a very positive response for the most part, right? And so, thank you for all those who participated and made comments and even just identified what their preference was, right? But for those of you who don't know or pay attention, it was basically me asking three three questions, right? First question was, who do you think the best singer is in XG, right? And based upon the polls, I got my phone, so I'm able to see what the response was. No, the first one was, who do you think the best dancer is, right? And Jurin came in high with 61% of the comments, and then Kokona came in second with 21%, and then Hanada and Harvey, right? And so people kind of identified who they thought the best dancer was, and Jurin basically got most of the energy on that one. Then the next question was, who do you think the best singer is in the group, right? And that got Juria basically got no, not Juria. Chisa got most of the votes. She got about 65% of the votes, and then Juria got about 20, a little over 20%, and then Hanada, and then Maya, right? And then the last post or the poll I did was, who do you think the best rapper is? Is this it? Yeah. Who do you think the best rapper is in the group? And Coco got the most votes with about 50% of the votes. And then Maya, then Jurin, then Harvey came in third, right? And so part of the reason why I posted those polls was because I just wanted to see kind of where people were at as far as justifying their preferences, right? Because we all have them. Even if we don't like to say it, when we watch the group do their thing or when we live our lives, there are certain things that we like more than other things. Um, and I wanted to kind of get a sentiment. I wanted to hear people validate their opinions, right? And in most cases, I got that. But then there was this rare few people who, in my humble opinion, just came off on some weird. It just was weird to me, right? And I'm gonna read and post some of the comments, right? Um, just because, again, I don't, if I'm off, then I welcome criticism, actually, right? As long as you're not trying to insult or demean me or anybody else in the conversation, I'm all about criticism, right? But here is one of the comments from one of my commenters. Why always trying to opposite members of the same group? They all have their own style. Ask people who are their favorite style, not who is the best rapper. They all are in their own color, right? That was one. Um, this is another one. Why? This is why you can't have groups in the U.S. It's too much about the individual and not the group. Please, no more polls for XG. Lyrics from Shooting Star. We do it for our team. That's from. Well, you'll see. You'll see it in the thing. Um, I got another one. Oh, here we go. The other one was, I don't like this. If you are an alphas, don't pick and choose. These girls are all good. This is not like K-pop fans putting. This is not like K-pop fans putting labels on their artists. Okay, we love XG because they are not about competing against each other. These seven beautiful Japanese women love each other like sisters and a family, and they are one unit. Hezono. I guess that's. I guess they're quoting the title of the song. Don't put them in the same categories like other girl groups. XG is different. All my alphas, if you agree about what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. We need to protect our girls. So, and that person actually made another statement on another. I couldn't find it, but it was as entertaining and weird to me as well, right? And I'll say this, part of the reason why it feels weird to me is because I understand fandom, right? I get that people love XG. They're not the first group that people have loved, adored, wanted them to be successful, wanted to hear more from them. Like, they're not the first, right? I remember being a little kid and my aunt taking me to go see the Jackson 5, right? Now, I couldn't have been 10. I don't know how old I was. I was probably like closer to 8. But I remember going to the Civic Center and being little, holding my aunt's hand, and literally the line being super, super long, and people had their sequence on and stuff like that. I just was so amazed at the people. But then I remember looking above me and watching them pass along white girls across the top of people. They didn't want to move the line, and so they literally were just taking women that had fainted, right? And they were lit. They had them in their hand. They was just lifting them and pushing them to the back of the line, right? And so that was my first introduction to fandom because I knew people loved, but I didn't know it was to the point where people were passing out and doing all kinds of stuff. And then as you get older, you just see how crazy people can be for people who are in the position that XG and the Jacksons or anybody else is in, right? So I understand fandom, right? But I also am aware of my audience, or at least what YouTube shares with me. And so most of the people who are commenting or paying attention or subscribed it's more men than women, right? And it's a significant amount of them are in between 25 and 50, right? So it's mature people. It's not the kids that are at least commenting on my stuff, right? It's the older adults that can kind of relate to where I'm at in respect to experience in XG and learning what they've are doing, right? Like I haven't watched any of the documentary or live stuff. It's purely been video. So I know people are invested a lot more than maybe I am because they're a little bit more engaged in their story, right? I'm still not there yet. And so, but it's weird to me that um, you can't have an opinion or have a bias or state the rationale behind your bias without somebody saying that you are trying to split them up or make them whatever. I'm assuming, right, just based upon what I've heard, is that they literally had to compete to be here. Like competition is the name of the game, whether they're in it, whether it was getting into it or being in it. Now their competition becomes other groups, other X pop groups that are here or coming, other K-pop, other J-pop, other R&B and hip hop groups. Like they got competition, right? And I don't know, many of you I'm sure, but maybe you haven't, have played sports before, right? I played football most of my life, right? And I know that in order to be the best at football, right, it required me to try to be better than my teammates. They were my barometer in a lot of ways. One, because there was always somebody that could take the position that I was in or I was filling, right? And two is I aspired to be good and great at it. And so I was always asking for who do you think the best running back on the team is, right? And if it wasn't me, what that did is it fed me. It made me want to get better. It didn't make me feel like any less than or anything like that because I knew that there were people that were better than me. I just wanted to hear other people say it and validate it. Like, why do you think that is? What do I need to work on? How can I be better in doing what I want to be great at, right? So, what makes them any different than that? They're not amateurs anymore. They're not in the amateur ranks anymore. They are professionals. There's an expectation that when they come out, they are phenomenal. That's expected because we've seen phenomenal from them. So now I would be extremely disappointed if I watched a video and it was just trash. I would be disappointed. Now, if it's an earlier video, of course, because I understand evolution. I understand the process of getting better. But right now, if they came out and did something new and it wasn't on par with some of their other stuff, I would be extremely disappointed. And my guess is that you would too, right? Because they are striving to be the best. And every team is made up of individuals. And so I'm sure that them girls look at each other as their 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 steel, right? And what I mean by that is that steel sharpens steel, right? The way I get better is by the people that are around me that push me to be the best, that tell me and give me feedback that I might not want to hear, but I need to hear it. It might make me feel bad, but I need that in order to be the performer and artist that I want to be. And so ultimately, I think it's a good thing. I hope that they read that stuff and that they can hear and see what some of the other people say. Let me read some of the other comments just so that you know that it wasn't all bad. James Shy 3807. I can't decide. I like asking me to choose which one is my kids. Oh, I'm reading it wrong. I can't decide. It's like asking me to choose which one of my kids I love more. Right. This person loves. He didn't give me an answer. I don't know if he voted or she voted, but they didn't give me an answer. Another one. This is from Phil RM. They are all great. Like many others have said, I lean more towards Maya because of the clarity and speed, like when she hits the double or triple time. I think a bit is also because she is only fluent. She is the only one fluent in English because of going to international school. So, he validated his reason on why Maya is his thing. Then we got Melavor. I don't know. Honestly, this is not a question I can answer. I can tell you who I gravitate more towards, who is my own bias, but objectively asking who is the best, nope. They all are the best, different reasons. That's why they're so amazing as a group. Respect. Let me see. I don't like these polls. They are all equally great with their own style. Harvey is the most versatile rapper with her cadences, flows, and all-around rapping. Jurin is the boss, going hard with difficult lyrics. Maya is the surgeon. She takes the beat apart. And Kokona got the swag. The delivery is crazy with all of them. Super dope response. Great. I don't need. That's a great response, right? So for me, it just seems weird. Like if somebody came to me. So I am a Celtics fan. Boston Celtics, right? And if somebody came to me and said, Dre, who is the best defender on the Boston Celtics? Now, for me, that's an easy response. I would choose Kristaps Porzingis. Why do I choose Kristaps Porzingis? Well, I choose Kristaps Porzingis because he's 7 foot. He's a good blocker, but he's also athletic enough to get out to the shooter fast enough to block outside shots, and that's what I like. So I pick Kristaps Porzingis. Now, is that everybody's opinion around the best defender? Absolutely not. And is Kristaps the best assist guy on the team? No. But I would hope that somebody would think it was weird for me to, if my response would be, oh no, don't separate the team. We don't separate the team. We're all trying to get to the playoffs together and win the championships. And so there's nobody that defends better. Of course I have an opinion on who defends better, just like who I have rebounds better or who shoots better or whatever, because I observe and I watch them on a daily basis, right? And I have the goal of the team getting to the championship as well. So I don't want the team to be divided or anything like that, but it wouldn't, because the proof is in the pudding. And so for me, it's weird for you to have this response of, no, don't try to separate the girls or whatever. Come on with that, please. It's silly. And if I'm off, please tell me I'm off, because, because most of us don't know the girls, and we don't. I mean, and again, you may know them a lot better than I do, because I've only watched 10 or 11 videos, but they don't know you as well, right? And so I don't think your opinion would hinder or hurt them at all. And as a matter of fact, if they are the professionals that most of you claim that they are, and who I believe they are, if they did read that, they would take that in stride. They would say, you know what? Jurin and Coco are better at dancing than me. That means I gotta get better. That doesn't make me feel away. That makes me feel like I got work to do, right? And so that's my stance. That's my soapbox for today. Because I'm gonna do more polls. You know what I mean? And I just don't want people getting my comments with the silly responses. Although, it's fine. It's just weird to me. And it's even weirder coming from grown men, right? Because then I feel like it's about women and trying to protect women, and, boys could be in the very same position And would you feel the same way if it was a group of young boys trying to do this, right? I think competitive nature and spirit is good, it's healthy, and it is what truly can make people great. And there you have it. So, I'm off my soapbox. I apologize for holding y'all too long. Let's get to something ain't right. It's your boy OG.
Something ain't right. You've been acting funny lately. You ain't gotta lie. Got me out here looking crazy. What you tryna hide? Baby, I can't take it. You can't take it. Something ain't right. I know something ain't right. I feel you creeping. I don't need to be right there, boy. The way you're moving, things you're doing just ain't fair, boy.
Listen, my every time I watch a video with XG, I literally change my perspective about the girls, or it evolves a little bit more or whatever. But Maya is growing on me every single time. I think she has such a dope voice and spirit and attitude about her. And she's just good. She's good at everything, right? That's Maya. She's good at singing, she's good at rapping, and she's good at dancing.
You ain't gotta lie. Got me out here looking crazy. What you tryna hide? Baby, I can't take it. You can't take it. Something ain't right. I know something ain't right. I feel you creeping. I don't need to be right there, boy. The way you're moving, things you're doing just ain't fair, boy. Now every time I call your name, the way you answer ain't the same. Yeah, I figured you out, boy. Why you really think that you're the one who could be running game over me? Why you sitting there playing dumb when I know something ain't right? You've been acting funny lately. You ain't gotta lie.
She should hit that. That note just now, I'll be trying to pay attention to the small things, and she just hit that.
Could be running game over me. Why you sitting there playing dumb when I know something ain't right? You've been acting funny lately. You ain't gotta lie. Got me out here looking crazy. What you tryna hide? Baby, I can't take it. You can't take it. Something ain't right. I know something ain't right. 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 I know something ain't right. Boy, I put you in the spotlight. You can tell me what you want, but it's all lies. Knock, knock, who's there? It's your whole life. I don't do 3 checks only one time.
Okay, so this is my hot take, right? Harvey is indispensable. Harvey and Kokona are indispensable. Now, that's not to say that the other girls aren't important, because they are, right? But Harvey, twofold. One, Harvey, her voice is so much of the character of XG. Like, whenever you listen, like, beyond her rapping, because she raps good and she sounds good rapping, but you can always hear Harvey in a song when they're all singing together, when they're all like, when they all, maybe they got their section off where the singing girls are doing their thing, but then the rapping girls are like doing their singing part. Harvey is always a voice that you can hear in XG. And take that voice out, and they just sound like a bunch of good singers. Adding Harvey, they sound like a group, right? And that's one aspect. Then you have just personality and swag. Nobody's swag is as high as Kokona's. Kokona's swag is on 10. I don't know if she just turns on with when the music comes on, because I don't know what her personality is, right? People have said she's more reserved, and I think I have this mindset of Japanese women of being more reserved, and so when I see Kokona, I see the beast come out. You know what I mean? Like I see something change. You know what I mean? And like them two, Harvey with the voice, but Kokona with the swag. And even like part of the reason why I have a Kokona bias is in large part because I am a father of two girls, right? And so I strive for them to be confident, to be secure in themselves, to have a vision for what they want to do and where they want to be. I want them to accomplish small things, to see how to build up to big things, right? And if there was an ex-Gear that I would want my daughter to look at and say, "Oh, I want her to be like her," right? It would be Kokona. And the main reason that is the case is because of when Kokona in Woke Up cut her hair off. Now, I thought at first it was CGI, right? I thought this was just like them doing something because I had seen Shooting Star, so I knew she had long, beautiful black hair, right? And so I was like, why would she do that, right? And I still don't know the reason why, because the why is really not as important as her doing it, right? She's a young woman, and most young women think that their hair defines them, right? They think that their outward appearance makes them who they are. And we all know that that is not the case, right? And so to have a young girl who says, fuck all that, cut this shit off because I'm more than my hair. I'm bigger than my hair, right? And you can hear, to hear young women talk about being confident and whatever is dope. But when you see somebody actually represent it, it's very different. It's very different. And Kokona, to me, represents that. And that's why she, for me, is indisposable because not only does she kind of stand and represent being proud of who she is, but she also digs into the swag. Like she digs into the swag. So to me, Harvey, with her voice and her spirit too, you don't see Harvey like take the lead as much, but you never feel like Harvey is not there. You always feel like Harvey is there. You can always hear her. You can always see her. She's an incredible dancer. And so when you pay attention to Harvey, you see her shine every time, right? But I really think that Harvey and Coco are like, and I know for a lot of you alphas and everything out of that, I think they are the only two that are indispensable. Because you can find good singers, you can find good rappers, and you can find good dancers, but you can't always find that voice and that character, and you can't find that spirit and that courage that Coco has, right? And so that's my hot take. It might change in the next couple of weeks, but that's where I'm at now.
I know something ain't right. Boy, I put you in the spotlight. You can tell me what you want, but it's all lies. Knock, knock, who's there? It's your whole life. I don't do 3 checks, only one time. XO, love me good. Read you like an open book. Test me, I wish you would. You must be crazy. Why do you really think that you're the one who could be running game over me? Why are you standing there playing dumb when I know something ain't right?
You didn't hit it like the first
You
time.
been acting funny lately, you ain't got a light. Got me out here looking crazy. What you tryna hide? Baby, I can't take it, you can't take it. Something ain't right. I know something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something
right. All right. All right. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's if I had to, put it on a tier, right? It would probably fall in that like 5 or 6 spot of my XG songs that I like, right? This is a feel good song. I could listen to this in the car, right? Which is, saying a lot. But Something Ain't Right is another banger by XG. It's crazy how they can be so consistent, right? Yeah, I know I talked a lot during this video and I apologize. I'm going to end it. I hope you guys are doing well. Leave comments, like, subscribe. Holla at your boy. It's Dre, OG. Peace.